So right,
Yeah. Hey, mate.
Fine.
I don't know about you, but when I'm landing in this, it always feels a bit faster than it does when I'm flying the Airbus. Even though I'm landing at about the same speed.
Yeah. Maybe it's because it's lighter.
I landed at Birmingham earlier. It was like, bloody hell, it feels a lot faster than the Airbus.
You had an interesting approach into Birmingham earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to go.
I was watching you on Valanta. I think, where's he going? We're in the houses, literally. You're a tour around Birmingham. You were a proper tour around Birmingham, you did.
Yeah, I went over Bromsgrove and it did like a U-turn.
Yeah.
And it went over the M6 across towards, what's it, Four Oaks or around that area. I was watching,
Yeah.
So, yeah, right, tour of Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
Putting it off on there tomorrow in the coach.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Well, just dropping off anyway.
So, do you notice land okay? Any bouncing, or was it all right?
No, it was smooth.
Yeah.
Well, say smooth. It's minus 400 and something, but the landing gears are still there.
Yeah. Well, I had a little go yesterday in it, and I was like, it wasn't quite the best landing in the world.
I think it's really sensitive compared to the Airbus.
Yeah, it is. It's very quite twitchy, I think.
It's like flying a Cessna.
I'm not recording my Concorde flights because my landings are really terrible.
Did you not make it? Did you not make it to Berlin in one piece then? Yeah. Have the sort of the fuel out now? Is that all better? Does it work better, or do you still have to monitor it quite a bit?
Yeah, you have to be monitoring all the time, but more
Yeah.
because of the fuel is the center of gravity.
Yes.
You have to be checking all the time.
Okay.
And
but
managing the fuel transfer from tank 10 and 9 to 11 or vice versa.
Yeah.
And you have also, but that just I learned it this week. You have also always to be checking the fuel on tanks 1, 2, 3, and 4 because those are the ones that inject the engines.
Okay, right, yeah.
So
that's probably what's happening to so many people. They're just like they transferred all the fuel from the engines. That's why they end up floating in the Atlantic.
But it's a fun airplane.
Yes, yeah.
Because it keeps you working and managing all the time. It's not just
you
put out the pilot and
you can't go for a spot of lunch or dinner, can you? I was literally watching it on my phone. And I was thinking, it's not transmitting anymore. What's the matter with it? It was like sitting in the Atlantic. I thought, okay. How did that happen? It was literally 5 minutes. I gone downstairs. So, what's going on?
Right, Steve. How you doing?
Very well, thank you, James. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Evening all.
Where are you all parked anyway, or you're not loaded in yet?
I'm parked next to you, James.
We're on Join FS tonight. I don't know if anyone's already said this.
Right, okay.
Because Gary's on pre-3D, so make sure you turn off your multiplayer traffic in the Microsoft Flight Sim. Otherwise, you'll get double airplanes.
Oh, blimey! Hang on a minute. I better do that.
Yeah, turn your motor offline on Microsoft Flight Sim for multiplayer, and then Join FS. And yes,
okay. Got to find where it is now.
Digital theme park. It's the server that we're on.
So I'll turn off. What we're turning off? Multiplayer.
Multiplayer, just multiplayer. Turn it to offline.
Where's that? Is that in traffic or data?
Hold on. I did it a minute ago. Let me just refresh myself.
It's data. It's in data, isn't
it? Data, yeah, the bottom one under live weather.
Okay, so turn that one
off. It. It's updated.
Oh, James has just vanished.
Yeah, I had to update mine, James, before I. That's a long time since I've used
multiplayer on enough.
What's that? Oh, that's live traffic. That's live traffic I've got going over there. I wonder what that. There's a Boeing going across my screen. I thought it was that. Right, Join FS. I think I've got it still somewhere. So, where's that going to open?
25. Let's load 25 up. Yes. There we go.
I'm on stand 13 at the moment.
25 ILS.
There's a new version. Would you like to install it? Yeah, okay. Oh, God,
Yeah, I just found that out as well.
Where the hell did you get that from? Just come up with a web page.
Should be the top one when it opens.
Join FS 2020. Just that. Oh, I hate these adverts. I don't know what you're clicking on, do you? Alright, open. Windows protected your PC. Run anyway. Dodgy software.
Someone's appeared on the corner. A320.
Right, Gary, I know you're not talking on mic, but I know you are listening. On Join FS, if you go to View Public Hubs, and then once you're in there, find Digital Theme Park, right-click on it and click Join. So it's View Public Hubs. Scroll down the list till you find Digital Theme Park, right-click and Join, and then you'll be on it.
Who's on gate 19?
Me.
Ah, so that's your Airbus with no landing gears.
I will be on 17.
I should be on 13 once I appear.
Unlucky number.
Put a thumbs up in chat, Gary, if you heard that for me, please. So I just know that you're okay, please, mate.
Join FS, right. Digital theme park. Simulator network, new versions. I've got the new version. What's it saying? There's a new version available.
It's a
You click on the new. Does it have a new exe file? Oh, you've appeared now.
There you are. I can see you.
Are you on 737 as well?
I am, yes.
Yay, Jersey. And it's brought up the right library for me as well. For you two. Excellent.
I can see now where you go on the end over there.
See, the real pilots are flying tonight. Look in the Boeings. Not computer planes.
Did you see my flight last night, James?
No, I didn't, mate.
I did it anyway. I went to Zurich.
Yeah.
And it was an event night there. Oh my god, it was hectic.
You get an hour hold ago.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. It's awesome though, really.
Oh
good.
yeah, you were in. I saw you using like a holding pattern for about 4 loops, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't that illegal? Don't you have to divert after 3? That's what Jerry says.
I went into the hold at 23,000, and he slowly got me down to 12,000 every like 10 minutes. Told me to descend 1,000 feet. Every 10 minutes, basically. And, and I eventually exited out at 11,000 feet, and then he put me into another quick loop because he had to just circle me in, get me in the pattern. Okay. And then he got me down to 4,000 and straight on the ILS, so that was good.
Okay.
It was awesome, yeah, really good. Because I have live time as well. It's dark by then, and there must have been 20, 25 airplanes in the same holding pattern as me.
Oh, blimey!
At different levels, and you went on an external view, and you could just see aeroplane lights flickering and flashing everywhere. It was crazy.
Awesome.
Really good. Oh, someone's in an orge.
Robert, I think. Roberto. He was part there earlier in the normal. Is that you, Roberto, in the Norge one?
Yep.
Yeah. I can't see who's who. No nameplates.
Desktop. Right, got that set up. That's done. Screenshots. Bosh.
Got a strong wind tonight on this. 51 knots.
Bloody hell. Alright, as long as it's a tailwind, get there quicker.
I say your plane looks like it's jumping around, James. The wind blowing it already.
It's the fuel I put in, mate.
it's wobbling.
Category fuel.
That's done. In it. Right, just got to do me perf. That's done.
Oh, set me trim up.
Need to get the chart up for that. Where's my charts? There we go. ESSA open. SID am I using? Can't remember.
Okay.
Resna 5G. Resna 5G. Where's that in the list? Resna 3. 5. There it is. Transition 5000. Right, that's that. Transition on landing 7000. Go around 1040. And 4,500 feet. That's in. Right, that's that done. $38,000 feet. Wicked.
You say it was 7,000 the transition on the way down?
On the way down, yeah.
Cool.
1040 is the go around. 1040, 1040, and 4,500 feet for the climb.
Well, that's all in. All my winds are in. I better remember to shut all the doors.
That's the only thing I haven't got. 1018 for departure. Gary's gone.
Oh shit, it's turned off my bloody power. That's it.
Cabin crew, prepare for boarding.
So it's giving me a cruise of flight level 270.
I've got 380.
Alright. Actually, I might increase that. Because the higher you go, the better the wind, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. More efficient.
I got 36
as well.
I should go in the middle then.
37, yeah.
Break the rules.
Right, where is PAX? Where do I go to turn that off?
PAX is on your right hand side. On there. Let's
top?
get to top right. Well, middle right it is. You see some digits where it's got auto with your altitude. You need to change that to your cruise as well while you're there.
Yeah, I've set that right.
Right, so you've got 3 knobs above that immediately, and then the next 3 above that you'll see PAX left and right. They need to be off, ready for starting. And then
I can't see. Where is that? I can see recirc fan. Oh, is it the? Oh, it's the pack. It says pack left and there. Ding that.
That's it. Yes, so turn them off. Go for them.
Yeah, they're off. Okay.
Leave the middle one alone. The one.
The isolation valve in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The 3 knobs below that, you need the APU bleed on for your engine start.
Yep. Got that on.
And then once your engines are running, turn the APU bleed off and your pack's back on. Otherwise, you will die. Nice knowing you.
Are you here, Roberto?
Sorry.
Are you? Oh, you are here.
Yep.
Don't let the side down tonight, mate.
Airbus versus Boeing.
Exactly. Me and you, Roberto. Come on, we gotta keep the Airbus good name.
Yeah.
Right, engine mode selector. Engine mode selector.
I'm an Airbus guy.
So am I, mate. So am I. And I'm definitely going to get that Phoenix, no matter what.
Yeah,
you're like a kid at Christmas with that, aren't you?
Oh, mate, I love it. I've been watching videos all day today. There's so many people that have bloody been streaming it today. They've done another update with it today as well. Released a new pre-release build.
I've been watching that 320 pilot. He's a real Airbus pilot, and he's got it as well.
Yeah, that's it. That was the last one I watched about 10 minutes ago. Yeah,
I was watching that about 10 minutes ago as well. Funny enough, it's really good. He's the one I learned about the go rounds and stuff.
It's just that attention to detail, like when you're in the cabin and if you look at it, looking at the seats as a passenger, and you put the seatbelt signs on every single chair, the light comes on behind it, and like.
Also, did you see the bit at the start where it shows you, when you got the cargo flap open at the side?
Yeah, that's it.
It's got the little handle open as well,
and it pops up. Yeah. And the other thing, the fuel cap. You look at the fuel cap, and there's dirt going away from it. You know what I mean? Like the wind's blown it.
Yeah.
Like the build up of dirt, and the windows as well, around the windows, like dirt dripping down from the windows. And...
Yeah, because no matter how good the plane is, they're never pristine condition, are they?
No,
once they've flown.
Not at all. Not at all. But it's just that little bit of attention to detail, and the flypad, that function that I really love is obviously the Navigraph one, where you can put your taxi chart up and you can actually write on it to map out when you got your taxi directions. You can actually write it out on the chart.
Yeah, that's good, those.
Yeah, I love that. That is going to be really helpful for VATSIM. And the only thing they don't have is obviously the radio frequencies.
No, you'll have to go back to what I do.
Like fly-by-wire. Well, I've got my radio panel anyway, which I use.
Yeah.
So I don't use that. I was just thinking for other people if they haven't got that.
That's going on my Christmas list. That is, I've told the missus I want one.
Yeah, the radio panel. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it's very handy.
Right, I'm good to go.
Whenever everyone else is ready. No rush. No rush. Don't rush anyone.
10 minutes at least.
Yeah, no problem. No rush.
We'll wait.
As long as you want. Yep.
You sound like Jim Bowen on Bullseye. Take as long as you want.
I'll go off on the start button yet, don't worry. I did auto start yesterday, and I just selected the PMDG takeoff ready. At the end of it, did it all for me. Right, when we're looking, I'll just go through the checklist I got. Engine 2, ignition mode selector set to both. Engine 2 start switch.
I'll tell you how to do it if you want.
Where is that?
So you've got two knobs that you can turn. So if you look where all your light display is, where will you?
Yeah. Oh, it goes to them to ground, is that right?
So once engine 2 goes to ground, and if you look down, you have to wait. Yeah. You've got a black panel in front of your throttles, you can turn that on.
Wait for M1 to go to 20%, isn't it?
Yeah, around about 20.
The fuel switch, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Have you got a black panel there, but in between your FMCs?
Yes.
Right, if you look above the panel above that panel, there's two switches. We've got engine and systems.
Yeah.
Click the engine one, that'll display your engines then.
I think it's already on it. There's my fuel bits on there at the moment.
Is that the screen in between the two FMCs? It's usually black to start with.
Oh yeah. Yes, sorry. Yeah, it's got oil pressure and two lock circles at the top with 0.0 on.
That's it. Yeah. So as soon as you put your ground, as soon as you put your engine 2 knob to ground, watch that percentage go up on N2. When it gets to 22% ish, or 20%, then you can knock on your fuel behind your throttles.
Alright, so.
And then.
So it's like the BA146, isn't it? You have to wait for.
And then when that knob goes back to off, then you can do the same thing on engine 1. Then.
Okay. So when it gets to 20.
Yeah. Airbus is the other way around. They start engine 1 first and engine 2 after.
Yeah. Oh.
Airbus, no, engine 2 first and then engine 2.
Oh, is it? I don't know. Different procedures, maybe.
That's the normal procedure. You can do it the other way, but I think in real life it's 2-1 because some of the hydraulics works with engine 2.
Release parking brake. Let's go.
Does that ground switch go back by itself?
Yeah, when you click, then you can do engine 1 then.
Tell you what I like, James, about that video as well with the Phoenix is he was showing you about the parking brake when you've got everything off.
Yeah.
If you turn the parking brake off and on, the hydraulic pressure runs out and it goes to literally 0.
How it would in the real plane, yeah.
How it would in the real plane. So that's why you never do it. You never do it when your engines are off because you lose hydraulic pressure, but you never turn hydraulic pressure on at the start because there's people walking around, and normally when you do it, it activates all the panels and things like that, and they might move and could hit someone. So he was saying about that, you know.
Well,
yeah.
Why is my pushback not pushing back?
Needs to be probe heat. That sort of top somewhere. Along there. I saw it just now. Wait, where's probe heat? So...
Hold on, I'll look in a second. It'll be where all the icy bits are. So, we've got wing ice. What's that one there? Engine ice.
Engine ice.
That's a good question. Oh, probe right above that. There's 2 switches.
Oh yeah, just those down to on. Yeah. The lights have gone out. Yeah, that's good.
Who's yours or the plane?
Wing and engine anti-ice as required. Do we need anti-ice?
Where are we? We're in Stockholm, aren't we?
Yeah, Stockholm.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'll whack them on. Got blue lights on there. Right, okay. Engine 1 and 2 bleeds. 1 and 2. Where's that? Is that down the bottom?
By your bleed switch in the middle. On your middle right below the packs. You know where you put your APU bleeder switch on? It's either side of that.
Okay, yeah, got them. Recirc fans set to auto. I think they already are, aren't they? Yeah, that's auto. That's auto. Isolation valve. Recirc. What was recirc fan supposed to be? Auto. Yeah. Isolation valve set to auto. That's the top in it. Isolate. Yeah. Flaps as required. Elevator trim. It's the big wheel thing in it, or the thing that scares the life out of you when it goes like spins. Like, looks like it's gonna take your hand off.
Makes a noise, that doesn't it?
Don't know. Right, so it's already in the takeoff green bit, I think.
Yeah, if you go into your
I got.
Wait a minute. Performance page.
Yeah.
And you know when you're putting your V1, V up, you know, takeoff shit.
Yeah.
You know where ACG is, your centre of gravity, you got that percentage there. Next to that, you say trim 5 point something. Well, it might be more than that. You set your trim wheel around about that figure.
Yeah. So it's got a big green thing that says takeoff in it. So.
Yeah, just scroll it till you see it 5 point whatever yours says. Might be different to mine.
Right, did the flaps move? I'm not, I can't tell. Oh, they did. Right, so I think I went for flaps 5. Is that right?
I'm taking off from 19 right.
That's give me 26, I think.
I've got 26.
I've got 9.
Maybe 19's for the Airbus.
Yeah.
They want to keep us separated.
Right.
Yeah.
LNAV and VNAV. Which one do I press for that? LNAV or VNAV, or both? Or
both of them. Yeah, they should be green then. Make sure your flight directors are switched on though first, because it won't work.
Flight director on. Flight director on. Yes. What your heading set as?
I don't bother with that, to be honest. I know you're supposed to for the runway, aren't you? But
yeah, I've got altitude set at 10,000 at the minute.
Yeah. You can just put your cruise in because it'll follow the constraints anyway, if there are any.
Okay, so it's that's gone the wrong way. What's going on with the numbers? It's going down.
Yeah, I've got restraint when we take off.
Okay.
22.
Well, it takes a while to get that to move.
I'll just keep my finger on the button, I do. Let it do its thing.
Oh, no, that makes me scroll around if I do that.
You can change RF both ways, can't you, if you scroll one way?
Yeah, that helps. It started going down, I thought, oh, that would get down. 36. Okay, and I'm not doing anything without alt hold yet, am I?
No, not unless you, well, not on that simmer, so you can do what you want.
Right, flight controls and auto throttle arm. Auto throttle arm. Where's auto throttle?
Get down!
It's above your N1 and your speed. That little knob. It's got AT arm. Next to course.
Oh yeah, the up and down switch. Huh? Yeah. Don't make it obvious, do they? want a big one, not one of these little tiny flicky switches.
It's obvious when you use it a few times.
Yeah. I think it's because I did the auto thing yesterday just to get it started. Because every time I've tried to do it, it's like taking forever, and I was like, ugh, like me lost.
It took me a while to learn when I first learned because I kept missing steps, wondering why my engines weren't starting.
Speed check. Okay, right. Right, is this thing going backwards or not? What's it doing? Does pushback tool thingy still work?
Mine did.
Evening, Nigel.
Make sure in your FMC you've took your what do you call it, off your chocks and all that.
Oh, chocks would be good, wouldn't it? Chocks away.
Menu. FS actions. Go to ground services.
Hold on a sec. Some strange menu. Right, ground services.
And at the bottom it should say chocks removed.
Wheel chocks. It's removed in white at the moment.
Should be red.
Okay, yeah, it says removed now. Oh, I've got to turn off external power, haven't I, as well?
Nah, it'll do that automatically when you took the chocks off.
Okay.
Just check all your doors are shut now.
Yeah, doors are all shut. Right, pre-plan pushback.
You're running on APU power now, so all your displays still stayed on?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah, made sure of that. That's one thing I did do. Right.
Just going to taxi out the way so you can all push back.
No worries.
Waiting for the last 2 passengers.
Oh, where am I? I've zoomed out quite a way. I didn't want to do.
I think you're in Stockholm with the rest of us.
Right, it's
Cabin crew, boarding complete.
Request pushback. The sound of that. It froze quite a bit then.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up.
Got your engines running yet, have you?
Yeah. Final numbers from the ground.
You turn your gens back on now.
Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a
so you don't need the APU.
We do ask that you give them your full.
Which ones are that?
So above, right.
Is that the 2 blue lights that are on?
Yeah, click both of them, and then turn your APU off then once that's on.
APU just off. And
make sure your packs are back on and your APU bleed off. And you're good to go.
Where's APU off? APU's off. Where's APU gen? Have I got to turn that off as well?
No, they'll go off on their own, they will.
Okay. Anti-ices, that's fine, okay, yeah. Oh. Right, have I got to do anything with the auto brake?
No. Well, you can set it for when you're taking off, but in case you have to reject your takeoff.
Yeah, not gonna happen. I'm just gonna pull off and hope for the best.
That's it. Full throttle and away you go, innit?
Alright, says
full throttle and away you go.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you don't do that. You don't. That's just testing Nigel. I knew he was there, really listening. You go to your toga speed.
I'm gonna say that to my mentor when I do.
Bleeding.
When I next fly with my mentor and he asks for my takeoff brief, I'm gonna go full throttle and away we go.
James said.
Yeah.
And you wonder why the engines blow up.
Now go and find yourself some trazes. Where's the clothes that I gave you to take up the other day? Go and find some trazes out of clothes you took up. Or some shorts, something.
So the Airbuses are going up to runway 19.
And the Boeings are going.
And the Boeings are going 26.
We're going to clash in the middle on takeoff.
Remember them toys you used to get when you were kids? For them 2 cars you used to race around the track. See, it was smacked in the middle.
That's it, yeah.
Hot Wheels.
That's it, Hot Wheels. That's what we're going to do now in planes.
What are you doing, Dad?
What am I doing? Smashing up planes by the looks of it, mate. No, go away, cheeky bugger.
You try and take over?
Trying to steal my chocolate.
Oh.
Rose, by the way.
Minstrels, mate. Of course you like them.
So what do you mean by smashing up planes?
Right, come on then, because the men are trying to fly you. You're not a man, mate. You can't fly a paper plane. Yeah, everyone's watching.
Did they?
I should have gone to 19, it was quicker taxi. What was that airport we was at, Steve, where we had to taxi for miles? Was that Amsterdam?
Yes. Yeah, you have to go right around the perimeter, didn't you? Cross another runway. Yeah.
That's it. Thought we was never going to get there.
Oh, it's mental.
That'll be in Bodo before we get to the threshold.
The DC-6 it run out of fuel by now.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
To be fair though, I think they have fixed it. And they released a patch for it yesterday, I think.
The fuel fix isn't actually a problem that they can fix. If it happens to you, it's a SOBO. So if it happens to you, you have to completely uninstall the DC-6 and then reinstall it, and then it's fixed.
I've done that, so it should be right. Yeah, because I was in it the other day and everything just stopped working. Well, the only way I could get to land was to turn the assisted landing on. God, I couldn't do anything. It was like literally whatever. The mouse worked. I could click on stuff, but nothing actually changed.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors above as we review the emergency procedures.
It's like autopilot took over the entire plane. It wouldn't let me do anything, even with the gyro pilot off. In fact, I couldn't even turn the gyro pilot off.
That does sound like
count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen mask will drop down from above your seat.
You've got to be careful though, because
the
two inboard
pull the strap to
hold
tighten
more than the two outboard.
If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own mask is on first before
I watched Robert's video on it.
Yeah, that's right.
He gets good at it. I thought, wow, what's he doing? It's like Concorde.
Life rafts are located below your seat, and emergency lighting will lead you to your close exit and slide.
I was about to tell you that.
We ask you to make sure
Bit of a
that all
sinkhole, isn't it? It's not
luggage is
visible,
stowed
though.
away safely during the flight.
No, just
While
went
we
down.
wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
There's another one coming up in front as well. Oh, this one's quite a big one. I'm not sure if we can get across that. It's a brick wall.
What?
I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'm not even attempting to go over it.
Have you got different scenery or something?
I've got add-on.
I don't know what it is.
What?
The built wall. The built wall haven't told us so, though.
Trump's built the wall in the wrong place.
Wow, I've got an AI traffic plane sitting in front of me. It's like
that's probably me.
It's a different livery. It's not a 737. It's one of them Airbus people in front of me.
Save as. Wish there was an easy way of doing this.
Just use the snippet. That's what I do.
Alright.
Yeah, so you two.
Trouble because I got 2 monitors. Is it screenshots both monitors?
American Airlines just came in and he landed up on the EasyJet. He's driving to it. Is that you in front of me? Oh yeah, I can see what you mean. There's a
bit of a wall, isn't there?
Yeah. How the hell am I going to get it?
I might just drive across the grass and we'll have to use the runway from there. And hope I can make it.
It's not going to go over that, is it?
No, not even going to chance it.
How bizarre is that?
ATC, we have a problem. See if we've got enough runway to use. Should have.
Yeah, it's only a little baby, be alright.
See, this looks like the correct runway looking at that windsock.
I'm going past the X sign, is that showing on the... God, it goes right the way across, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just cheated and gone across the grass.
That's very bizarre.
Why am I not getting all my power I need?
Turn your fuel on.
I did put full throttle. Yeah, it's all on. Everything's running out, should be. Oh, come on. What am I missing?
Runway incursion. I'm on the bloody runway. I'm supposed to be there.
No.
You alright, Roberto?
Yeah, I'm taxiing.
Get away.
Alright, try again.
Runway 19 right.
No.
That's better.
Yeah, I know. It's James. He's telling me there's a 737 on the runway. Here he goes. It's off now.
Left you some nice vortex.
Nice.
Positive rate of climb.
It makes a noise to say you've left the parking brake on.
Use the parking brake, yeah, because I didn't know much if we'd have enough runway.
Oh, it's time to lift off already. Crikey.
There goes James.
Crikey. She goes up quite steep, doesn't she?
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah.
You did put fuel in as well, didn't you?
Yeah. Christ. You would have like
it's not a lot.
Offload loose.
Traffic. Ooh, we'll get a traffic alert.
Alright, here we go.
I'm waiting for Roberto before I take off. Team Airbus.
Okay, come on.
Go.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Oh, that's much better than the Airbus. The autopilot worked, yes. That was Airbus. It'd never do that.
Right. Don't forget to push the chrono.
See someone coming up my left here.
All right, I'm almost on head of the runway.
See you, mate.
Put in my landing lights. Oops.
Who's directly behind me? Let's have a look on Volante. Oh. Hey, you're behind me, Steve. Steve too.
Am I?
Yeah, looking on Volante.
Okay.
What's your cost index, just out of curiosity?
So
you might catch me up.
It says 30 on SimBrief. I don't know, because I set it to import. So.
I put 35 on mine, so we won't be far off it.
Roberto.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready?
Yep.
Let's go. Check up, turn that off. Yes, I have.
Oh, I thought you two had already took off.
And me. I thought you'd gone to a shorter runway, which was
shit. Should have waited for you.
You'd be airborne by now.
Oh, it's quite hazy, isn't it?
There we go.
Excuse me.
You got runway 25 for landing?
Yes.
And the approach is, for me...
Ranu 6, is that?
Yeah, Ranu 6 deep, Delta, yeah, that's it.
I'm airborne.
That's it then. Is this the one with the offset ILS approach?
Yes.
Yep.
Aha!
What? I like offset. I want to be able to just land.
If it's the right way, let me have a look. Which way runway 7 is? Oh no, it's coming in the other way. Oh, it's a shame.
Got the landing. Random 6 Delta. I've got.
Yeah, we're coming in the opposite way. Let's see what the winds are like there, if we can change it. 8 knots.
I think I landed on Arlanda.
Turn on the backs.
Oh, that's because you went over that bump, innit? It did the same to me, yeah.
Do you want to divert to Stockholm window?
Yeah, that's what I did.
It's got a landing symbol on it to say I landed.
Well, you did. You left the ground by about 10 foot.
Oh, there you are. I can see you now. You're right in front of me. Yeah. Can't see you in the game, though. Or the sim, even. Not a game, it's a sim.
Yeah, don't start that war. I've seen people get upset by that. It's not a game, it's a sim.
There's a lot of unhappy Xbox users at the moment, I know that. A lot of them. Can't even get the sim to start.
Yeah, I can see you behind me.
All I can see is cloud in front of me. Can't see any flashing lights from you, though.
What about if I drop the toilet waste? You'll see that coming.
What altitude am I at?
I'm at 20,000 at the minute.
No, let's get rid of that. I'm at 18, nearly 19. I think we've been on the other server. You can't see anybody's tags, can you?
No.
That's bizarre. That you still see them.
Well, I don't think Gary's playing now, so you can turn join office off if you want and put your multiplayer back on. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Where's
state? They are on. I say.
How do I get out of that? Right. So just exit out of join FS.
Just click on the green network symbol. That'll disconnect you from the network.
Okay.
And then click on the simulator, green simulator, to put that to red, and then exit. I would.
Okay. Yep. That's cool. All right. So out of there. Right. So I need to go into general. What was that? Data on it? Well,
data.
Appliance save. Go back. Sure it falls out of the sky. There's lobby pause. Right. See anybody in there? Oh, there's some lights behind me.
I'm going into the cloud now.
Oh, I can see James, he's just appeared in front of me. There he is. Loud, this, isn't it? Is your right hand screen flickering, Jameson, inside? The co-pilot side. Oh. We've just fallen off the Discord.
No, he's still here, mate.
He's fallen asleep. Yeah, my screen's flickering on the co-pilot side. Bit weird. It's like diagonal across the middle of it. And it's doing it in all views as well, it's not just a certain view. Got pixel failure. Well, so you have to change that out under warranty. You see all the sun blinds in the Fenix, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Old Chewy was doing it yesterday and I was like, oh really? all these like brown sunblinds that come down.
Oh no, and it changes the glare and everything.
Yeah, and the little tray table that comes out for you and that as well.
The sounds. It's just Oh.
I'll tell you, he loves it. He's in love with it. He's been testing it since he's been testing it since day one, and he's like, I can't wait to show everybody. He even went live 2 hours early today because he wanted to show everybody again.
Yeah.
I find it really annoying because when people really like something and they're really kind of saying how wonderful it is, I think, well, just release the damn thing already.
yeah, that's right.
With this, I was like, oh man, just stop showing us and release it already.
No, I'm definitely getting it. The A320, definitely.
Do you think that's going to kill the fly-by-wire?
Oh, I think it will, unfortunately. If people are prepared to pay the 50 quid, which is it's worth it. It really is.
I mean, the tablet alone is amazing on it, isn't it? What it does, it's phenomenal.
In my humble opinion,
yes.
The one thing that the fly-by-wire offers, above the Phoenix that I can see so far, is that with the fly-by-wire, you can pretty much jump in and get it going really quickly.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure Steve's the same. I rattle around the pre-flight.
Yeah.
Overhead panel, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
EFB, bang.
Yeah.
Mukdu, bang, 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 bang. Get the sim brief. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. I can get if I want to get more immersive, I can load all the passengers and I can request the weather. But if I don't have time, I just want to do a quick flight. Bang! You can be taxiing within 10 minutes, easily within 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I think that unless there's a option to do that with the Phoenix, you're going to be like half an hour, aren't you?
Yeah. That's what's nice about this. The 737, you've got them panel states that you can set.
Yes.
And you can literally just have it literally ready to take off. You get and go if you want to.
And the DC6 is the same. The DC6 you can say ready to taxi. Great.
Yeah.
So unless Phoenix offer that, I think a lot of fly-by-wire people are going to go, nah.
Yeah. Oh, I understand where you're going.
I still find it bizarre that they went for a 320. I mean, considering that fly-by-wire have done that, and there's a default one already, you'd have thought that they'd done something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's because the basic model was there.
Okay.
So all the 3D model was there.
So why didn't they do the Neo then? I mean, what's the difference between that and the Neo? Is it the engine?
The Neo is the new engine option, much more, and it's got the sharklet wings.
It sounds like they're going to add all that as for free. From what
they are, it's going to have the sharklets and it's going to have the engine options as well. It will have the engine options eventually as well.
Yeah, I noticed the wiper blades need some new rubbers on them now. And
definitely. Yeah.
when he put the wipers on this morning, it was raining. I thought it's leaving streak marks. That's not right. You want to go back?
That's an Asobo limitation at the moment.
You want to go back to Halfords and get some new wipers. I was like, I wouldn't be happy with that. Brand new plane, got dodgy wipers on it like that.
It's like the weather radar that won't be coming in until after SU10.
Really?
That's when Asobo are releasing that portion of the SDK up to people that are making, developers basically.
Okay.
So then you'll start seeing like fly-by-wire put it in theirs, and Phoenix and Boeing, the PMDG will do the same.
This thing's a lot quieter than an Airbus inside. You can actually yourself think. The furry seats are great, aren't they?
But coming off from your point, Nigel, I can't see why not they would. I haven't seen it yet in any people that are putting it on YouTube and been pre-testing it. I haven't seen them show off, pre-state models and quickness. How you quickly prepare the cockpit rather than literally go through it step by step as you would in real offsite. But I can't see them not leaving that out. Because as you say, there's a big market out there of people that like that. Like yourself and me, sometimes we just want to jump in and just get off the ground as quick as possible, right?
Oh yeah.
You don't want to be sat there saying, right, I've got to work this out, I've got to work that out, I've got to do this, got to do that. I just can't be fast. Sometimes I can, sometimes I sort of sit there and think, I've got time, and I really enjoy that, and I've got time to do it. Other times I think, I just want to test, especially if I'm doing compass work, I just want to test it. Let me get airborne, for crying out loud.
When I first had this, I was like, there's way too many buttons in this, I'm not going to like this. I'm wasting money. I was like, no, I'm going to stick with it. But I need to have another couple of goes in the 146 as well, because that's a interesting startup thing on that as well.
Well, I have a friend who's a ex-146 captain, so...
Oh, yeah?
KLM, so if you if you have any specific questions...
Okay.
I will definitely ask him, and he will no doubt lecture me on them.
Yeah, the problem I had with it was I couldn't get the engines to start. It turned out it was the mixture on the throttle quadrant was mapped, and it was stopping the fuel from going in.
Yeah.
I was like, I even uninstalled it twice because I thought, it's got to be something wrong with the plane. So and then I reinstalled it, and it worked. It did a flight fine, and then the next flight it wouldn't do it. I was like, what's going on with this? And I sent PMDG not PMG, Just Flight, an email, the support thing, and they came back and says, we think you've got your mixture mapped. Sure enough, as soon as they unmapped it, it worked.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little plane now. That is, it's nice for short hops, and it lands so quick.
The city hopper, isn't it? That's what it's.
If you need to get down somewhere quick, it'll get you down. Like descent is. I love the little air breaker comes out the back. It's quite cool.
Yeah, he used to do the route into London City. Yeah, he used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's,
perfect little airplane going in and out of city.
It was just funny the race to release a plane, wasn't it? It was like three planes came out within a matter of days. I was like, and I bought two of them. I drew the line at the MD 10, 11, whatever it is. The MD10? Mad Dog.
Yeah, Mad Dog.
That's just too much.
Is it?
It was 90 quid when I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah. Ridiculous price. And apparently it's not, the textures are rubbish on it as well. It definitely shouldn't have been released the way it was.
I'm back, sorry.
It's apparently not like flying a CRJ. Never ventured down that road either. Tried the freeware version, but then that disappeared off Flight Sim.2. So, been unsupported. I'm waiting for the Dash 8 to come out.
Q400 I'm waiting for.
Yeah, quite a fan of that. They had a freeware version of that, and then that disappeared as well.
Steve, one question. How do you set up the go around on the MacDo?
Okay, yep, no problem. Right, so if you go to performance, next phase is cruise, next phase is descent, next phase is approach, and then if you go after that, it's to go around.
Okay.
Then you go to your chart and you go to runway 25 ILS 25 chart.
Yep.
And on the top right, you've got airport elevation 43. Okay. And then below that, runway 40.
Okay.
What you do is you add 1,000 to that runway number, and then you put that in twice. So it's 1,040 stroke 1,040. That goes into throttle reduction stroke ACC.
Sorry. I add 1,000 to
1,040.
So
1040.
1040
in the thrust reduction stroke ACC, but you put it twice, so you do 1040/1040.
You could say that we have an Airwego rule SOP, which is just 1,000. Just add 1,000. Makes the maths easier, because that's just a company rule. That's not a hard and fast rule.
Right.
It's just a company rule.
I got that from James. James
just
a YouTube video, didn't you,
I copied it off that real Airbus pilot guy on.
Yeah,
but that depends on who he flies with, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, it's good to have that knowledge, isn't it? Have his knowledge. But we could make it simple for ourselves and say the Airwego SOP is 1,000.
That's basically your decision then, isn't it? Whether you're going round.
You can use that on Cusco.
Yeah. And then your engine out ACC, Roberto, is your climb height, basically, which is on the chart is 4,500. So you just put 4,500 in there.
Where is on the chart? Where is on the chart?
On the chart, so where your missed approach is, if you read your missed approach bit, it says climb on 262 degrees.
And it bloody works as well. Really good.
And then it says then turn right direct to VOR and join holding climb to 4,500. So that's your climb basically.
All you do then when you're on your glide slope, then you set your altitude ready, and if you have to go round, just put your throttles to toga, and it'll do everything for you. Then just knock your flaps in one time.
And then all you got to do is turn to the heading that it's telling you to do in the missed approach. So like on this instance, you need to climb on 262 degrees to delta 15.0, which is BDO, and you turn right direct to the VOR.
I don't know how you do it in a Boeing. I haven't figured it out. You have to do it manually, I guess.
So yeah, as long as Roberto, once you're on the glide scope and you're descending on the glide scope via the autopilot, as long as you then set your altimeter to 4,500, that's prepped then and ready to go. So if you do need to go around, as James said, you just toga up and it'll automatically. And then what you do is once you start climbing, put your gear up and then put if you're on if you're in the fourth stage of flaps, put it up to 3. Basically, and then yeah, carry on.
James to go in the cabin.
I'm gonna watch a tutorial on the Boeing plane how you do it.
You've got Navigraph, haven't you, Roberto?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
And use on it.
What variation of the A320 are you using, Roberto? You use stable, experimental.
Stable, yes, stable.
Stable, okay. Experimental have got the winds in it now, so you can add all the winds, the cruise winds, your climb winds, your descent winds, all at once. You just click the button and it fetches it from SimBrief. Instead of beforehand, you had to type them all in manually.
Yep.
Bit of a process, if you could be bothered. Bank angles set by the airliner you fly with, or is that just an aircraft limitation? You know, is it?
That would be one of the laws.
Right.
One of the laws built into the fly-by-wire, I would think.
Got you.
Bank angle at certain stages of flight, like they did have a problem that when it was in the flare law, where it says flare on the PFD, and you needed to do a go around in really, really gusty weather, the amount of roll authority you had was limited because you were in the flare law, and so Airbus had to go away and say, actually, that's not quite a good idea. So they've given them more authority in the roll when you're in the flare. Well, what they didn't want to do is exactly what happens, which is they scrape a wingtip when they're in a stronger crosswind.
Got ya. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want that, but airlines said actually we do. we do want that authority, or else we're never going to land. Yeah. And I also know an Airbus pilot for EasyJet, so if you got any questions, I can put them to him.
Yeah, is there any jobs going?
Yes, but he wouldn't recommend them.
What, clean the toilets out?
No, he wouldn't recommend being an airline pilot, I don't think.
Because the hours and that, is it?
Yeah, plus the amount of money you have to spend in the first place.
Really? Oh yes, I think is it something like
licenses, yeah.
It's something like 10 grand. It seemed like 10 grand for a private, like a like a little engine plane thing. Private.
Works out about 100 grand in total.
100, does it?
Well, a PPL, a normal PPL, if you can, you sort of basically get it for about 5 grand if you.
40 hours, isn't it? You have to do, isn't it?
40 hours, yeah. 15 of which are solo, I think. 15 solo.
I did 4 hours. That's all I did. Bit of a dream I had.
The majority of money is in hiring or renting a plane, isn't it? And the fuel and your landing fees, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, a lot of places you pay for the fuel. You pay for the hire of the airplane, and if you're training, you pay for the instructor as well. You pay separately. They're not combined. So you pay the hire of the airplane plus your instructor's time, because of course your ground school. Your instructor may well want some money for teaching you ground school.
When you go solo, do you have to have your own insurance, or are you covered by the?
No, it's all covered by.
Right.
Yeah, However, you'd be silly if you didn't do it without appropriate life assurance if you are youngish and have a family or responsibilities.
Yeah.
If you don't have responsibilities and don't have a family, then sod it.
Oh yeah, nothing to live for.
Nothing to live for.
Yeah, someone said to me, it's better if you can, because this at our nearest little airfield, they got like a club there where they have pilots who fly for the fun of it. They got their own plane, and they're more than happy to share the cost of going out in a plane for fuel and all that kind of stuff.
Like a syndicate, they class that as, didn't they? I think.
Yeah.
A group. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Works out cheaper for you then.
Yeah, you can cost share, but the pilot or the captain must bear his or hers correct amount, so you can't make a profit. So you can't say, I'm taking 2 passengers, they can pay for the whole thing. You've got to say, there's 3 of us, so it's thirds.
Yeah.
It's against the law to do it. Otherwise, unless you do the Wingley thing, which is a bit of a grey area.
The what?
Wingley, which is where you can advertise that you're going flying and you'll take a passenger or passengers.
Oh, right, okay.
All a bit dodgy and grey area. Where I fly from, they don't allow it.
You need proper licences to do that, don't you? Really, I suppose.
Well, they kind of think that you're taking business away from other places. You're probably not, but I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, I don't think Ryanair missed 2 passengers.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more of the
private ones.
The classic flight. Classic flight. That's how we have it, Duxford.
But say you was lived near Blackpool and you had, you wanted to do pleasure flights around Blackpool in a light aircraft. You could just do it and charge people.
Yeah, you can. You can advertise for passengers.
Ah, right.
Yeah, you can advertise for passengers now. You never used to be able to, but you can now. But I think you have to bear your fair share of the burden.
Got you, yeah.
I think.
It's my top of descent. It's about 20 minutes away. Oh, sorry, 25 minutes.
Mine's 30 minutes. You mean that thing of we're apparently going to get red rain or something because of the Sahara or something, isn't it?
Oh,
Sand.
more of that.
Yeah.
Still waiting to get some bad weather in this sim. I never seem to get it.
No. I've had some quite gusty winds, but nothing, not like torrential winds and rain and thunderstorms and that.
To what do you call it season in Florida soon?
Tornado.
Tornado.
Go across there and you can experience some weather.
Oh yeah.
Or just turn it on.
Or just turn it on, yeah.
That's what Scoobs does on Facebook. He only flies in bad weather.
I went to school with him. I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
He used to be he came from, was it Manchester he used to live with?
Salford. Well, I think he's been all over actually. He lives in is it Thailand or something like that?
No, it's
not Thailand. What's it called?
Either B, doesn't it? Does it B? No, I can't remember.
No, not me. Somewhere over that way anyway.
Yeah, he's had a really bad fall and knackered his hand up, innit? Loves his Concorde though.
I still ain't tried it yet.
You not?
No. It's parked in a hangar.
Just bought it and parked it.
I'm waiting until Nigel's free. I'm going to hire Nigel as the engineer on it.
You want Roberto? He's the expert in Concorde now.
Yeah, he's me.
Expert in crashing.
Do your controls one day, me, you, and Roberto.
Back in a sec, folks.
Okay.
Right.
I'm learning it's a difficult aircraft, but it's very fun to fly.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the trim wheels making that noise? It's making some scratching, but it's the trim wheel.
Yeah, very noisy trim wheel on the Boeing.
Yeah.
That's deliberate.
Is it?
So you know it's so you can hear it moving. So if it carries on moving, if it carries on for too long, you can go, oh, that shouldn't be doing that.
I was watching a stream the other day and somebody it was just going by itself and it was like whirring away. I thought, oh, you'd chop your hand off on that if it was whirring that fast. Airbus has got that nice little wheel with like notches on it, you can just roll it. Just very violent the way it was spinning around.
Right, I think I'm ready to build compass. Build my beauty, build.
Oh, is this a new version?
Yeah. Build succeeded. Hooray.
That we can fly the 737 to more destinations.
No, actually, the way we set up the database, the way we set up the back end, in fact, is that all routes and all airplanes and all aircraft groups, Compass doesn't give a toss. It just downloads and displays whatever's in the back end. So it's all nice and distinct. It's what they call loosely coupled.
Okay.
That's what they call loosely coupled. So you can change the back end to your heart's content, add routes, remove routes, add airplanes, do whatever you want. Compass just sits there and says, fine.
It just pulls what it needs from the database, doesn't it?
Yep, pulls whatever it...
It only lets you select certain planes, doesn't it?
Yep, because that's the only ones that are in that group. So the narrow body group, for example, it will then look at the narrow body group. Well, it will say the flight you've picked is a narrow body group. And what's in the narrow body group? Oh, it's these airplanes. I'll display these airplanes. And you can only select those.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, we tried to decouple.
And when you
so we didn't have to keep rebuilding Compass.
When you have a futurist route you can fly with another aircraft, but you only have the choice of the group that is the original flight. So,
yeah, for featured routes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for featured routes. Yeah. I mean, I could. We could add on the database. We could add a airplane of your choice, which would say exactly that, airplane of your choice. But it just doesn't seem worthwhile. Not that many people fly the featured route. So.
Nah. It's not we don't change it frequently enough either to justify that amount of work that it need to do that, would it?
Yeah, we used to. We used to change it every month, but
that's right.
Seems to have fallen out of fashion a bit. Okay, so
I was thinking the other day actually of flying the featured route and like in an aircraft that you'd never even dream of doing a featured route in, just to see what Pete's reaction was when he gets the fly rep.
He questioned one that was from Norway to somewhere. It was a long old flight really, and I did it in a DC-3.
Right.
And it took me like 8 hours, and Pete was like, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, it's fine."
Put a slice of pizza on Flight Sim 2.
Yeah.
You can download and fly. Apparently someone's done. Just imagine his reaction. What? The Millennium Falcon.
I think I'm going to run out of fuel. Simbrief's lied to me about how much fuel I need. I've only got 18% left. I ain't going to make it, am I?
I've got 20 and I'm behind you.
That's me to put in. Block fuels. I put in 14, I think. Where's my fuel page?
I've got 3.2 left. Block fuel. I've got a lot in reserve.
Total, I've got 8.4 left.
I've got 8.5.
Okay. So I'm not in too bad a space then.
No,
it just looks bad when you look at that fuel gauge on the left.
Yeah.
I was like, what? It's in the yellow. What the hell? Are we halfway yet?
You'll still have half of that left most probably when you land.
Okay. Airspeed just under 260.
So you think how much flight time have you got at cruising? You know, the rest of that's going to be descent where your engines are going to be mainly at idle.
Yeah, that's true. Be gliding into land.
Yeah.
You had a close one the other night, didn't you, Steve, with your fuel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that? Went to Rick.
Stuttgart, was it? No, where's Stuttgart? No, we landed there, didn't we? What was the other one?
Yeah.
Frankfurt, wasn't it? No, we're
Zurich.
Somewhere. Was it Zurich?
Yeah, Zurich.
Right, that's the night my plane froze.
That's right. Yeah.
Bloody thing.
I had another long go around, longer holding.
No, it was definitely Germany. Dusseldorf it was. Because he messaged you, didn't he, to say, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I hope you enjoyed your tour over Germany."
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
spent an hour on the whole pattern.
Yeah, private messaged me on VPilot. So I said when I was on the ground taxiing, the guy who was on apron, he private messaged me. I said, "I just looked at your flight plan, your route that you've just flown." So you've had a nice view of Germany tonight, haven't you? But yeah, passengers got their money's worth tonight.
You thought they'd see that you've been like a massive holding pattern for ages, wouldn't they? Don't they kind of see you as you're on their screens as like where you've been?
You think they would, but I think it's that busy they don't get time to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's like, if it was in real life, you'd have 4 or 5 controllers handling that same piece of airspace, but in that sim you can't do that. You can only have one controller, unfortunately. But it's good fun.
Still can't see your name tag behind me. Are you on the same server?
Of Europe.
See James in front of you. I can't see anybody else.
I can't see anyone either. But it does this sometimes, doesn't it?
Did you see what server you're on?
I can't see
press escape and then click on the Xbox thing in the corner.
Xboxing.
You know where your name tag is, that circle there.
Yeah, I'm in North Europe.
I could see your plane before, but that's it. Couldn't see no names or nothing.
Yeah, I can't see anybody behind me at all.
Probably because you're too far ahead.
Yeah, he's quite close on the look of Atlanta.
Sometimes Atlanta don't always catch up though.
But you're further away than Steve is.
I'm just reaching my next waypoint of... I can't even read what that says on Volante.
Hot, innit?
Yeah, hot.
Hot.
I thought it said hot. I wasn't 100%.
I've just started turning.
I'm just about to get to Ray, R-A-E, and then my next one's hot.
I'm at Ramsell. Ramsell? Is that? R-A-E, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're quite close to me if you're coming up on that. So.
Yeah.
What altitude you at?
38,000 feet.
Oh, you're above me, if anything. That's probably what I've got to. I'm at 36.
Crosswind, don't we?
Yeah.
44 knots. I might try the Airbus tomorrow night, but I bet I'll end up in the 737. It'd probably take an hour, wouldn't it, to load it, because I haven't updated it for a while.
Yeah, it's true.
I have to do it in the morning before I go to work. By the time I get home, it'll finished.
Well, I thought one was broke the other night. It just wouldn't load in. It was just stuck at the blue bar and moved for about 10 minutes, and all of a sudden, it went in. I thought
it'll only do it that first time, though, after the update, and then it'll go to normal then.
I think it's because the first time with the Airwego livery, I think, and it was taking its time to load it.
Nah, it's the update. You know when you do fly-by-wire.
Oh, the fly-by-wire. Oh, yeah.
As soon as you update it, it sometimes takes a while to load the plane.
Yeah.
Is there a date yet for that Phoenix Airbus?
No.
Can't be far off. They got a price on it.
They're just releasing pre-release candidates still to people.
Yes.
This is off. They keep teasing you with it. It's just like the 737.
That's what they're saying on their. I'm on their Discord forum as well, and everyone's sort of saying, "Come on, just release it."
Like PMDG, they'll cite a crash when it's released. So everyone will go nuts for it.
I just want the streamers to test it properly, don't they? I think. Not that they haven't been testing it for God knows how many months. It's been about 18 months in it. It's been on the go. So.
I'd prefer that though, wouldn't you? I'd rather wait and get it right.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm impatient, but I'd still rather it, you know.
Well, you think how long we waited for this?
Exactly, yeah. They started this though when MFS was getting released, didn't they? They knew it already.
Yeah.
So it could be about 5 years before we see a 777 or anything.
Well, they reckon it's the 800s is 1st of August, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, that's the one I really want.
I can't see the point in getting that. 'Cause it's not much bigger than this, is it?
Yeah, it's more common than the 700 though.
It is, but the fly's probably the same, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit longer.
60 extra seat belt, no.
You've got the hood in the cockpit on that as well, haven't you? I don't think there is one in this. I can't see it anywhere.
I thought there was.
How'd you get it then? Because I can't see it.
I'm sure I saw somebody with it and they were bringing it into land. But
unless you have to have changed something in the FMC first.
Could be.
Because mine's set on Collins. You can have the other one, Honeywell, as well, can't you?
Yeah.
So maybe it depends on what system you got in your cockpit.
Yeah. But I'm not changing it because it'll end up crashing the plane.
Yeah, it doesn't do that now.
I've not got this far.
I did that the once. I changed something and that was it. Goodbye.
I think I did something in the DC6 and I was in the GPS playing around with it and I came out I'd crashed. What happened then? There's like trees outside. I thought, what's going on?
Yeah, we was doing the Mach loop and I was flying the Cessna a bit faster than it should have gone. That crashed because it was overstressed. Like soon turned that off.
How many times around the Mach loop did you forget to turn it off?
I know, yeah. This is off though, because you're on a roll, aren't you? And then all of a sudden, boom! Scares the shit out. You've only got your headphones on and it tells you you crashed. It's hell of a loud fucking background noise, isn't it?
146 is like that with its alerts when you're outside.
Sorry, Steve.
It's alright. When you're outside and you suddenly go back in and all these alert sounds are going, I think, what the hell's going on? Oh, overspeed, that's what it is. Sorry, carry on.
I was doing some research on the DC6 earlier, Nigel, with what John was saying about Nigeria and all that lot. So I was doing some digging, just having a look, see what's out there. And I found a website. I'm just going to try and find it now. Where is it? Let me see if I can get the link back up again. Where is it? Where is it? Association of Africa. I think it's that one. I think it's this one. There's really good history about it. History. Individual history. Which one was it? Which aircraft? They've got the list of all the aircraft that they ever had in Africa, all DC6s basically, and where they are now and what they did back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's really, really fascinating.
I bet they're still flying them, aren't they?
Yeah, some of them are. One of them's a museum now where they get school kids to come on and they sort of teach them about aviation and things. Yeah. Still a few flying.
Well, they're still in Alaska, aren't they? What's their name from Alaska? The Buffalo. Buffalo still have a DC6.
The Red Bull one's still flying as well?
No, I think they've stopped.
Have they?
I think they've pulled the plug on it, yeah. I mean, it must be a fortune to keep it going. The Constellation is not flying either at the moment. Maybe they'll bring it back. But...
Here we go. I'll read this out to you. The following was sent to a DC6 researcher and historian Leon Stein on January the 20th, 2011. Dear Leon, attached, please find some photos of the DC6A 44668 West Air Cargo when it was in our hands in Namibia shortly after independence in 1990. The need arose for a heavy lift transport with the new era, and southern Angola had to be supported by the World Food Programme. It was Namibia Commercial Aviation who was the pioneering company to register a DC-6 in Namibia in 1990, and West Air purchased this 44668 in September 1991. The aircraft was flown across the pond from Fort Lauderdale by Gert de Klerk and his crew, carrying long-range fuel and 2 single aircraft. She was configured and kitted for the relief operation of a Rondu airbase in northern Namibia bordering Angola. It's fascinating. It goes on and on and on. It's just loads, but yeah, really good. There's photos of it, like at that time as well that they've posted. I'll put the link in if you interest you, mate. But it's a good little site. This. I'll put it below Richard's post in route requests.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating. It's literally, yeah.
Just remind me again, Nigel. You know when you're putting your barrow in?
Yeah.
Or your radio, should I say? Is it the figure in brackets, or is it the one before?
Radio is the one in brackets.
Oh, the one in brackets. That's the one I need then. Thank you, sir.
It should say somewhere on the chart. I haven't got one in front of me. It should say either. It should say MDA and then open brackets H close brackets.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So minimum descent altitude, which of course is barrow, and minimum descent height above the airfield, which will be your radio.
Yeah, it says.
Yeah, it's got 1300 and then in brackets 1257.
Yeah.
Max knots 180.
Is that for runway 25?
Yeah.
It's different to my chart then.
Navigraph, it says DA and H.
C434 and in brackets 394.
Oh, I'm looking at circle to land bit, aren't I? I'm looking at the wrong bit.
I was going to say.
394, isn't it?
394, yeah.
Did sound quite high for a radio.
I'm just testing you reading your charts properly.
Decision altitude and decision height in brackets.
Yeah.
I've been that used to doing 50s, and then today I've got to do it differently.
What's the C before it then? The one that's not in brackets got a C with colon, then 434. What does that C stand for? Is it Class C, Trent? Is it? No.
Might
Class
be
C airspace?
Because the next one's D, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
What are you looking at? Sorry, what are you looking at?
In the chart.
In where it's got in the standard straight inland in runway 25 ILS.
Hold on. What chart?
ENBO.
Chart number is
runway 25.
11-2.
ENBO, my favourite. ENBO. Okay.
Yeah, sadly we're not going on the good runway.
Where are you going? Runway 07?
25, got the easy one.
Ah, it's easy. Yep, the ILS you're doing.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Right.
You got DA and then H in brackets, and below that you got C434. What does that C stand for?
That's the class of airplane you are flying.
Ah, right. Got ya.
So we go for 11755, did you say?
What?
Is it BDO? Is that what we're going for? 11755? I'm looking at the wrong bit.
Don't know where you're looking, mate.
It says Bodo and then the square around it. Blue square, this is 117.55. Is that?
Are you looking in Navigraph charts?
Yeah.
Yeah, 107. What do you say? What number?
117.55 is in Bodo. Is that what we're going for, or are we going for the 108.7?
Your ILS frequency.
Look at the localizer, aren't you?
Oh, right. I know what you mean now.
108.7 is your ILS frequency.
Yeah.
For runway 25.
Yeah.
It is an offset approach, so it's straight in, and then at the last second, you can see it says offset lock. So at the last second, or when you are visual, you can brake to the left and line up. Or what I normally do is come a bit more to the right once I'm visual and then line up.
Yeah, okay. So do we put that in the active nav bit?
Not on an Airbus, it'll work it all out.
No, I'm in the Boeing.
Okay, nav 1 and nav 2. Put it in both, basically.
So when you've set your approach up in your FMC, doesn't it automatically tune your nav aids?
It's on this, yeah. PMDG, it'll already be in there.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you go into your...
should set them up, I would have thought.
On your approach reference page, it's in there, ILS 25 108.70.
And then if you look at your nav radios, they both nav 1 and nav 2 should have that.
It's got your course in there as well, 262 for course. Which I need to set that now, actually.
Destination detail, right.
I thought he was coming in the other way, we're not. Oh, we were doing the offset one. just the better way.
Oh, it's froze. Don't freeze. What's it doing?
Destination data done.
It's coming up.
Top of descent.
It's just coming now.
Beginning with Stockholm coast to coast. World's most scenic railroad. Starts Friday at 8, Channel 5 in London.
This work is fairly straightforward. That's how complex the situation, not so the duty of care to anyone they put in the box. Regardless of what that suspect has been accused of. It's Saturday night. A fully 999 course residential suite just outside the city.
Snow down on the ground.
Would our base at Cusco be too far to fly with the DC-6 to South Africa?
I would think so. That's a pretty large chunk of ocean.
Just thinking, you know, with getting some DC-6 flights around South Africa. Go from Cusco, our base in Cusco.
Well, you will have to base them. You would have to find them. Find a historic flight that flew.
Yeah,
now,
true.
What they used to do, they used to fly from, I can't remember the name of the country, somewhere around Benin, Cameroon, Congo, somewhere up there, which is a lot further north, and then they'd go shooting across in a straight line straight across to Brazil.
Right.
And then they'd make their way down there in the old days. I'm trying to think.
I think Recife is the
eastern
side of Brazil.
Yeah, that's probably where they would have gone. But the historic flight should be based on accurate historic flights where possible. So you'd have to find an airline that was using a DC-6, which isn't difficult, and then you'd have to look at their timetables. There's places on the internet that have old timetables.
Yeah.
And then you've got to pour through them, which is what I do, because I quite like doing that. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we can create an historic flight with, how do you say, a stop on the middle to refuel and continue the flight?
Yeah, that's what I think. This is the problem we've got in that our modern airline is hub-based. So we fly from hub to destination and then back to the hub. Whereas in the old days, they would very much do a proper route. They'd go out, stop for fuel, pick up more passengers, take off again, do a bit more, land. So it was a proper route, and they'd be gone for days.
Yeah, on the same plane.
And then the same plane, and then they'd make their way back, as you can see from.
I remember in 2000 when I went to live to Spain, my flight was a KLM. It was Lima Aruba.
Yeah.
It was like 1 hour in Aruba, and then the same airplane, the same.
That's right.
Going, go to Schiphol.
Yep.
And then you change airplane to go to Madrid.
Yeah. It's very much like flying to India. In this country, the cheapest flights stop at Dubai, and then you take some fuel and more passengers, and then fly on. So, but we don't quite emulate that in Airwego because it's very difficult to figure out how to do it.
It's like when they deliver planes, isn't it? Like, say, for instance, Boeing in I forget what it's called now. You know where they're based, Everett. So when they got delivered planes across Europe, they're gonna have to make a few stops on the way, aren't they, to get the plane across?
Yeah.
The pond, like sort of thing. You'd have to go to the furthest point north, wouldn't they, and then go across Iceland, isn't it?
It's like the Red Arrows when they do go to America. They always sort of go to Iceland. They stop off at Iceland.
Definitely.
Fill up there and then carry on from there to Canada.
Yep.
Always makes you wonder how they get these smaller planes across the world. I guess they just go on a boat, don't they?
No. There's ferry pilots who will go from. Let's say you were picking it up from. Let's say you were buying a new Cessna 172 or 182. They'd fly it all the way up to Goose Bay or Gander in Canada.
Yeah.
Then they'd nip across into Greenland, and then from Greenland they go to Iceland, and then from Iceland they do the long slog to the north of Scotland, typically around Prestwick, land at Prestwick and fill up, and then fly on safely after that.
Wow. Didn't they have a programme on telly where those guys doing that?
Yeah,
it's pretty good, that was.
It's a very well-used route.
Guess they get paid well to do that.
I would like to think so.
That'd be a fun job to do, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't know about that.
If you're a single person.
It's a bit dodgy.
The only thing is, you got no toilet if you're on board with them. What do you do?
Yeah, they use
beer bottles,
plastic bottles, and
chuck it out the window.
Yeah, probably, and bags with sponges in to absorb it all. Yeah.
You're coming across the ocean. Oh, I need a number 2. It's quite white over here. A lot of snow.
Things out these clouds.
Been more of a challenge pre-GPS days. Imagine that, doing that there.
No auto throttle or anything like that.
That's what elastic bands are for, mate.
Scenery looks amazing with the snow.
I love it around there. Spent a long time in there in my service career. We used to go every winter for our winter training.
Sure.
Last time we did this, we had that really bad rain and we couldn't see the runway.
That's right, yeah.
If you're coming in on 2.5, aren't you? So as you approach on the left, on the left side as you come in, when you hit the runway, you'll see all the well, they're hardened aircraft shelters in real life. I don't know what MSFS has, but that's all the military side down there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. You can think of me freezing my nuts off.
Doing their Arctic training.
Yeah. Oh no, Arctic training, we'd go further north, but winter training, we used to go Bodo, yeah. Great, I used to love it there. Bloody freezing, but I used to love it.
You get a bit used to it, don't you? But
yeah,
like we don't get winters like that here, do we?
No.
But the SAA is any good in the cold, you know?
So the thing with the SAA team, the Mark 1, the Mark 1 was absolute crap.
Yeah, no.
I jumped out the back of our Scorpion once. I jumped out the back of it and it literally fell apart. And all I was left with was the strap around my neck. It was a bit of a complicated strap. It's really clever. I had the strap and the 2 bits of the gun that were attached to the strap. Everything else was on the floor. So it literally fell apart. The Mark II was a hell of an improvement, and the Mark III, which they use now, is superb.
Yeah.
A really, really good weapon now. But nobody can forget how crap the Mark I was, unfortunately. So the Mark I was okay in the cold, but rubbish in the hot.
Right.
Yeah, and the Mark II was okay in the cold, rubbish in the hot until we had a new cleaning protocol. And then the Mark III still needs a good clean, a proper clean, but it's brilliant in all terrains and all environments now, the Mark III. Fantastic weapon. It's only 5.56, but
yeah.
But there's much less kick than a 7.62, which used to take your bloody shoulder off.
Yeah, the AK round.
Yeah, that's a 7.62, yeah. The trouble is, if you're fighting an enemy and you've got 5.56 and they've got 7.62, all other things being equal, they will outrange you. So you've got to come within their range of fire before you can return any effective fire. Yes. Anyway, that's a whole load of rubbish you don't need to know about.
It's interesting, mate.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
The airsofters like a lot.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Oh, who's there? Who's an airsoft? Oh,
me.
You're an airsoft.
I'm an airsoft.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Not anymore. I used to be. But
oh, right. Okay.
Had an L96 bolt action sniper rifle. I had an MP5.
MP5s they were really nice in there.
Yeah, I had one of those for like close combat. And,
the spud gun.
Spud gun was brilliant, mate.
M16 and an M40.
2 M4s and 1 AK-47.
Yeah.
And a 6R P226 gas blowback, which I've still got, and it still works.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. The only different, someone in America actually bought the airsoft version of that, and they had the real one. They said the only difference between the airsoft version and their one is their one fires real bullets. The weight, the feel,
the weight, really,
the sounds,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just it's ultra realistic.
Right, the plane's gone off course by the looks of it. It hasn't
yeah,
turned.
You're going to the right.
Why haven't I turned?
Discontinuities have you on your legs? Check you ain't got a gap.
Oh, I can't get back inside the plane. Go on. Am I getting legs?
Put a direct to running.
Random, yeah.
How do I do direct?
I don't know in the Boeing.
Click your waypoint you want to go to.
Yeah.
And then put that to the next waypoint you go and like override it. So it highlights.
How do I do? Click random first. Yeah.
So what? Is that the waypoint you want to go to? That one you're typing in, yeah. Right. So you click it and it'll highlight in the bottom of the scratch pad.
Yeah.
And then go to the last waypoint it was heading for, and it'll override that, and then it'll go straight onto that one. If you get my drift.
And execute. Okay. Let's see if that does it.
Check your LNAV still on your thingamajiggy.
Right, that's gone off. That's back on. See. Yeah, there she goes. Yeah, it was discontinue. I can't even say it. Discontinuity.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Always seems to happen in the Boeing planes. When you put in your arrival runway or whatever, there's always a gap somewhere.
Yeah, it should put a discontinuity in between your last fix and your approach, because it doesn't actually know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that scenery. That's amazing.
And it just.
That is phenomenal.
We didn't see all this last time. It was just pure cloud.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything until about, I don't know, 200 or 300 feet off the runway, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Got a few go rounds that night.
Oh yes.
Absolutely chucking it down rain. It was dark. It's beautiful.
I love the way it has this little like looks like a little wire sticking out the front of the plane, like trying to find the course. It's quite funny. It's like snooping out trying to find it. It's like a line that's sticking out the front.
I've got live time and weather on as well.
It's quite clear at the minute. It's calmed down a bit now. 9 knots.
I've got 22 knot headwind.
6,000 feet now. Just reach my transition altitude.
I'm at 15,000.
Should slow down a bit now. Is this supposed to be a river that I'm going over, or is it just fields? Let's have a look on the map here. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be ocean.
I wonder if Asobo will ever put the Aurora Borealis into this. That'd be awesome if they did. Imagine that.
Imagine it's quite hard to simulate, isn't it?
Definitely.
There's some flashy disco lights in the sky. Right, just about to make the final left. Some landing lights on. Trim wheels go nuts now. Gear down.
That's what mine looks like, Roberta, on the lantern. Exactly what mine looks like.
Why does it come in at offset then?
Because if they did a straight in, you would be too close to the mountains on your right. So they give you clearance for your approach, which avoids the mountains on your right, and then when you're visual, you can see the runway. In real life, I think it's got some lead lights down there that strobe and lead you in.
Cool. So as long as you can see where you're going, you can move across.
Yes.
Excellent. In that case, incoming. Yeah, because you follow approach, it's miles off.
Yeah. Yeah, you then have to do a handbrake turn and bang it in, don't you?
It's hard to tell which is the runway at the moment. Oh, I can see it now. See, you still get pretty close to that mountain there.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit.
Two reds, two whites, all good. Is that a parallel runway on the left then, or is that just a taxiway?
It's a long taxiway which can be used in an emergency by military.
Pretty close with the snow, you can't really tell which is which.
Yeah. That's one thing I'd hope they'd improve that, because of course in real life they'd have the snow blowers out there clearing all that.
Just zoomed in on the lantern, and as you said on the left hand side, it's all military. You can see all
minimums.
Aircraft hands.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Continue.
Find out in a minute.
Oh, bit below the glide slope. Very nicely. Looks quite icy on the runway. Not that they simulate it.
So if you're listening to the 80s and it says about the runway 25 in use, wet, 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 what does that mean?
It means you're going to get a song. I feel it in my fingers. Does it mean it's very, very slippy?
Damp. It's a bit damp.
So what? Because you will see it. You will see it on ATIS, and you might even have them tell you it's wet, wet, wet. That means they divide the runway up into thirds. So you could have dry, dry, wet.
Oh, right.
Snow, snow, wet. Ice, ice, dry.
Yeah.
Just to tell you where you can brake and where you can't brake.
Wow.
Right.
There you go.
Clear of runway now anyway, whoever wants to land.
Yeah, I think I'm in next.
These are weird looking jetways here. Unless these are cargo ramps.
Our passengers won't be very impressed.
Oh, well, you get what you pay for. Alright, what did I get for that then? External power.
Conditions for auto brake, low or medium?
If you can get away with low, you should.
Yeah.
James, no nonsense approach, delivers instant results.
It's a jetway. It's a weird jetway. Not seen one like that before. Right.
Yes. Stand 70.
What did I get for that landing then? Oh, bloody hell, that was too soft. Minus 87. Don't they encourage you to land harder on ice?
I don't know.
Oh well, everyone's happy. No one's screaming. Right. Get my drone out and film you guys coming in.
More plates than the John Lewis dinner set. Oh, that's funny.
Who said that?
It was on the telly, I just heard. I think it must be James's telly. Oh, that's funny.
Some police program on the TV.
It's usually some crime investigation thing he's watching.
Well, it's supposed to be the Mrs. which is on code again. What's airport this is? Oh, you're on about those hangars, aren't you, on the other side?
Yeah, on the left.
There's like bunkers that they've...
That's it. Yeah, hardened aircraft shelters, commonly called a HAZ.
There's like a roundish building with aerials on the top or something. And then there's these like not pyramid, kind of...
Yeah, that's...
prison style buildings, and it's covered on grass. And snow. And there's a massive hangar over there. I wonder if there's anything inside. Let's have a look. Nah, they haven't simulated a plane there. There's an underground bunker here as well. Oh, this is not standard scenery though. I had the soft flight sim too. A few fighter jets parked up over here as well, and a couple of helicopters. That's pretty good. I ain't got a clue what type of fighter jet they are, so I'm not good on those.
Good. 2 reds, 2 whites.
Oh, my drone boy.
Still can't see you, Steve. I can only see James. I can only see James.
Some flights and does that. Might be because I turned it off on again.
license. You'll be getting mixed anyway.
I'll slow my drone down. I'll try and catch you landing. Who's next? Is it you, Steve? To land, is it?
I'm landing. Oh, I'm landing now. Yeah. I'm literally just about to touch down.
Yeah, an Airbus overtake you, Steve. Steve 1, 2. I mean,
I can't see them. I can't see. I can't see where they are.
You're letting the side down.
Oh, I think I had another discontinuity thing. So when of course
you can remove them.
Yeah.
But they're there to prompt. They're normally there to prompt you that you need to set an approach up, or there's a manual segment to the approach. And then in an Airbus, when you reach that, it goes to heading mode and stays there until you intervene.
It's quite bizarre. This ice is melting below me as I'm going over it.
It's just disappearing now as I'm watching.
Huh?
It's just disappearing now. It's what? It was white all over 1 second. Now it's green everywhere.
Mine's disappeared. Yeah.
What the hell?
It's like global warming.
20.
How weird is that?
5.
You can hear something coming in. Can't see anything yet, but I can hear it. You got these marker posts on the runway. I've got marker post 4 here. Is that those sections on it, Nigel?
Sorry, what?
Oh, shit, massively melted.
On the runway, on both sides of the runway, it's got marker 4 post here. And I reckon if I go further down, that probably says 5.
Yeah, is there an intersection there?
No.
Oh.
Not directly by it, no. But there is one behind it.
Yeah, it might give you the intersection.
It's not
might
usual.
give you the distance. I don't know what that is. Distance remaining? It's unlikely with 4, is it?
And the next one's 6, so it goes in even numbers.
Yeah. Don't know.
It's the black sign with white number on it.
A black sign with a white number. That's normally an intersection.
So I'm guessing it goes up in 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on.
Yeah.
I know. Turned it off because I'm too high. Making a noise at me like that. Which am I going for, left or right?
Left or right, what?
Runways.
No, there's only one, mate. It does look like it's on the right. It's kind of...
There's 2.
No, there's definitely one, mate.
Well, I can see 2. I'm going for the dark grey one.
Go for the one with all the tyre marks, the black one.
Oh, the other one's a road. Okay.
Yeah, taxiways they are.
Man, she's going too fast. Where's me?
It probably looks like the centre because both sides have got taxiways on either side.
She's going to be a fast one. Oh, no, she's going way too fast. Oh, nose up. Oh. No, she's going to bounce. Oh, ouch.
See anyone here?
Every landing counts, mate. Don't worry about it. Put it in your book. It's 6 or 7 landings.
Hey, I'm not on fire, so that's good.
Yeah.
She just didn't come down. Where we're parking? We're going left or right?
It's going right.
Right.
I can't see anyone. I don't know why that is again.
I can't.
No one.
Yeah. Everybody's vanished.
I was looking that fast, I can see everyone.
I can see WYF-99 flying overhead, but I can't see anybody else.
The scenery looks awesome.
Bunkers over the other side.
Yeah.
Done well with that.
Aircraft in the hangars.
There's like a hidden bunker in a dip.
There's a helicopter there, yeah.
They're like Apaches or something. Don't really know my military.
That's a Black Hawk.
And they've got some vehicles as well, some trucks and stuff.
UH-8, no, it's a UH-8.
They're American, aren't they? Fighter jets.
Yeah.
James.
Fighter jet is not very well modelled. It's trying to be an F-16 and an F-35. Bits of both of them.
The only ones I really recognise are Typhoons.
Yeah.
Got that funny nose on them, haven't they?
front seat. Yeah. You can stop doing the alarm there.
Action on these wings, awesome.
Why is that still going?
Find stories that stay with you. All in one place. Lonely on Wi-Fi.
Two guys walking around like they've got nothing to do with it. Right, mate, how you doing? Go and get yourself a whiskey, you look cold. Oh, he's got some music from them headphones, really. Bit of Scooter or something.
Like what Roberto's put. Brilliant.
Oh god, that's so funny. Aren't you going to work? Oh. So why didn't Gary make it? Did he have problems or?
I don't know. He never came on chat.
Oh, okay.
Dad said he weren't going to chat. He will come on and listen to us.
Oh.
But no, he asked about join FS, and I told him. I said, "Can you put a thumbs up in chat if you understood what I said?" 5 minutes later, he just disconnected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll message him later. See if he's alright.
Just stuck a couple of pictures in the compass testers for those who are compass testers.
Yes, good. Ah, wicked. Fuel. Oh, no, calculator away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just believe what Simbrief tells me.
Yeah, so it gives you the option to well, compass calculates it actually because it's not immediately obvious from the OFP.
Yeah.
But so compass calculates it, and then if you want it, it'll overwrite the one that's on the suggested one, which is on compass. Unless you're doing historic, in which case there's nothing there, and you'll be very pleased that Simbrief has done it for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Brakes don't work that well, do they? What the hell? Hey, what are you doing?
Did you forget? Did you turn your auto throttle off though? Because it won't stop if you don't.
That's probably what. No.
That's probably why it's
God,
these
Boeings are so antiquated.
It's not like the Airbus. The Airbus will turn off.
I've got nothing turned on. Why is he doing that? Oh no, it's having alert. That's it. Well, I'm down.
Can you just go to manual approach, turn off your auto throttles?
Welcome to the terminal.
Is it? You got to turn off your auto throttles. That's just so archaic.
Oh, you know why, don't you? It's because
maybe the Dash 8 doesn't.
It's because I clicked in Discord and I was pressing the full stop button for my brakes and it weren't working because I've just got a load of lines of full stops in the screenshot screen.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, well.
Times I've done that. That's crazy.
You know, if I enter now, I stopped. That's me pressing the brakes.
My landing rate minus 388.
Mine's going to be like terrible. I'm like implanted in the terminal, literally.
Minus 87. Too soft. Yeah, weird jet bridges, aren't they?
They're half missing on mine. Oh my god, it's still going.
Right, scenery from Flight Sim TO, I think.
It's really good scenery, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well
really
happy with
nice. Really nice.
Are you landed?
Southeast London is our highest.
Dear me. Well, that's got to be a screenshot, hasn't it?
Yeah. See you later. It's right. Just telling my missus is going out.
What's it called?
Oh dear.
You're in the ocean, are you, Steve?
Hmm?
Steve too, is he in the ocean? Did you go past the runway?
No, you want to see what? Can you not see where I am? I'm like right in front of you.
I can't see no one on mine.
I can't see anyone on mine. No.
Since I turned during FS off, everyone disappeared.
Yeah, same here.
Which is bizarre.
Oh my goodness!
Why the hell did you do that?
You're like in a building, aren't you?
No, because I was pressing the full stop button in Discord. The brakes weren't working.
Oh my goodness!
Oh dear me!
Right, people, that's enough compass work for tonight.
Awesome.
Oh yes, that is definitely parked. Oh gosh. Right, okay, guys. Oh, they're funny shots. That's a brand new jet. I don't know what Richard's going to say.
I did a delivery flight for him, so I managed to get one plane there. So yeah, did that yesterday.
It's not my reputation anymore now. You know, I think I've made some improvements in time.
Yeah.
I was doing fine.
Yeah, I think Steve's taking your trophy for that now, James.
Yeah. I took it off Chris. I took it from Chris.
You took it from Chris, yeah.
Right, guys. Speak soon.
Yeah, cheers, Nigel. Take care, mate.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm off as well.
All right, Steve. Cheers, mate.
I have to go to the work. See you
next week.
Ta-ra.
See ya.
Just